What if I told you that there's a key that unlocks the doors to expanded consciousness, profound self-awareness, and transformative healing? Psychedelics have fascinated humanity for centuries, inspiring spiritual awakenings, artistic revolutions, and groundbreaking science. But they've also sparked controversy, mystery, and misunderstanding. In today's video, we're diving into the world of psychedelics, their history, their effects, and their potential to reshape how we see ourselves and the universe. Whether you're curious, skeptical, or already familiar with this fascinating subject, this video is for you. Psychedelics have been intertwined with human culture for thousands of years. Indigenous peoples around the world have used natural substances like psilocybin mushrooms, peyote, and ayahuasca in sacred rituals. These weren't just recreational experiences. They were tools for healing, community bonding, and spiritual exploration. For example, the Mazatec people of Mexico have long regarded psilocybin mushrooms as flesh of the gods, using them in ceremonies to gain insight and connect with the divine. Similarly, in the Amazon, shamans brew ayahuasca to navigate complex spiritual realms and heal emotional wounds. The use of psychedelics isn't limited to the Americas. In ancient Greece, the Eleusinian mysteries, secret rituals that lasted for nearly 2,000 years, likely involved a psychedelic brew. Some scholars speculate that the soma mentioned in Hindu Vedic texts may have been a psychedelic substance. In the modern era, psychedelics took center stage in the 1950s and 60s as tools for psychotherapy and personal growth. Researchers like Timothy Leary and Aldous Huxley heralded substances like LSD as a means of unlocking human potential. This period saw an explosion of interest in psychedelics, influencing music, art, and culture. However, political and cultural backlash led to their prohibition, pushing these substances into the shadows for decades. The Controlled Substances Act of 1970 in the United States classified many psychedelics as Schedule I drugs, effectively halting most research and legal use. Despite this setback, underground use and interest in psychedelics persisted. The rave culture of the 1980s and 90s saw a resurgence of psychedelic use, particularly with MDMA, ecstasy. Meanwhile, researchers and advocates continued to push for renewed scientific study. Today, we're witnessing what many call a psychedelic renaissance. With changing attitudes and promising research results, these substances are once again being considered seriously for their therapeutic and transformative potential. What exactly happens when you take a psychedelic? Substances like psilocybin, LSD, and DMT interact with serotonin receptors in the brain, particularly in areas associated with mood, perception, and cognition. This can lead to profound changes in how we experience reality. Psychedelics often dissolve the ego, the mental construct that defines our individual identity. This state, called ego dissolution, can lead to feelings of interconnectedness, unity, and transcendence. Many describe it as experiencing the world as it truly is, beyond the filters of daily life. Research has also shown that psychedelics increase communication between different parts of the brain. Imagine a symphony where instruments that rarely play together suddenly collaborate. This heightened connectivity can result in new perspectives, creative breakthroughs, and emotional release. The default mode network, DMN, a set of interconnected brain regions active when we're at rest, plays a crucial role in psychedelic experiences. Psychedelics temporarily suppress the DMN, which is associated with self-referential thinking and our sense of narrative self. This suppression may explain the ego dissolution and altered state of consciousness many users report. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections, is also enhanced under the influence of psychedelics. This increased plasticity may underlie the long-lasting positive changes many people report after psychedelic experiences, from shifts in perspective to relief from mental health symptoms. Different psychedelics have unique mechanisms of action. For instance, LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide, primarily affects serotonin receptors but also interacts with dopamine systems, leading to its long-lasting and energetic effects. Psilocybin, found in magic mushrooms, is converted to psilocin in the body, which then acts on serotonin receptors, particularly the 5-HT2A receptor. DMT, dimethyltryptamine, the active compound in ayahuasca, has a strong affinity for serotonin receptors and also interacts with sigma-1 receptors, potentially explaining its intense and often entity-filled experiences. MDMA, while not a classic psychedelic, increases the release of serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, leading to its empathogenic and energizing effects. Understanding these mechanisms helps explain the diverse range of experiences people have with different psychedelics and provides insight into their potential therapeutic applications. In recent years, psychedelics have made a remarkable comeback, particularly in the field of mental health. Clinical studies have demonstrated their potential to treat conditions like depression, PTSD, anxiety, and addiction. Unlike traditional medications, which often require daily use, psychedelics can produce lasting effects after just one or a few sessions. How does this work? Psychedelics create a state of heightened neuroplasticity where the brain becomes more adaptable. Combined with guided therapy, this can help individuals reframe traumatic memories, break destructive patterns, and gain profound insights into their lives. One of the most exciting examples is the use of psilocybin for end-of-life anxiety. Terminally ill patients who take psilocybin often report reduced fear of death, greater peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. These findings are reshaping how we think about not just mental health, but the human experience itself. Let's delve deeper into some specific therapeutic applications. Depression studies at institutions like Johns Hopkins and Imperial College London have shown that psilocybin-assisted therapy can lead to significant reductions in depression symptoms, often after just 1 or 2 sessions. Many participants report a sense of emotional reset and newfound ability to break negative thought patterns. PTSD, MDMA-assisted psychotherapy has shown remarkable results for treating PTSD, particularly in veterans and survivors of sexual assault. The empathogenic effects of MDMA allow individuals to revisit traumatic memories with less fear, facilitating processing and healing. Addiction. Both psilocybin and ibogaine have shown promise in treating various forms of addiction. A study at Johns Hopkins found that psilocybin-assisted therapy helped long-term smokers quit at a rate more than twice that of the best current treatments. Anxiety research has indicated that psychedelic experiences can lead to long-lasting reductions in anxiety, particularly existential anxiety related to terminal illnesses. The therapeutic use of psychedelics often follows a specific protocol. 1. Preparation. Patients meet with therapists to discuss their intentions, fears, and what to expect. 2. The experience. The psychedelic session itself, usually lasting several hours, is conducted in a safe, comfortable environment with trained professionals present. 3. Integration follow-up sessions help patients process their experience and apply insights to their daily lives. This approach recognizes that the drug itself is only part of the treatment. The psychological preparation, the supportive environment, and the integration work are all crucial components of the therapeutic process. It's important to note that while results are promising, psychedelic therapy is still in the research phase for many conditions. More large-scale studies are needed to fully understand efficacy, optimal protocols, and potential risks. For many, the psychedelic experience is deeply spiritual. It often involves feelings of awe, interconnectedness, and reverence for life. People report encounters with archetypal beings, visions of cosmic patterns, or a sense of oneness with the universe. These experiences aren't limited to any single belief system. Whether you're religious, agnostic, or atheist, psychedelics often bring you face-to-face with questions of meaning, existence, and the nature of reality. They challenge us to look beyond the material world and explore the mysteries of the human soul. But it's important to approach psychedelics with respect. Many cultures emphasize the importance of preparation, intention, and integration, seeing these substances not as shortcuts but as powerful tools that must be used mindfully. The spiritual aspects of psychedelic experiences have been studied scientifically. Research at Johns Hopkins has found that many participants rate their psychedelic experiences as among the most meaningful of their lives, comparable to the birth of a child or death of a parent. These spiritual experiences often have common themes. 1. Unity, a sense of connection with all things, dissolving the boundary between self and other. 2. Transcendence of time and space, feeling as if one has encountered eternity or infinity. 3. Noetic quality, a sense of encountering ultimate truth or reality. 4. Positive mood, feelings of joy, peace, and love. 5. Ineffability, difficulty in fully expressing the experience in words. Interestingly, these qualities align closely with descriptions of spontaneous mystical experiences throughout history and across cultures. This has led some researchers to propose that psychedelics may provide a reliable method for inducing mystical-type experiences, which could have profound implications for the study of consciousness and spirituality. The spiritual potential of psychedelics raises intriguing questions about the nature of consciousness and reality. Are these experiences merely interesting hallucinations produced by brain chemistry, or do they represent encounters with deeper levels of reality normally hidden from our awareness? This debate touches on fundamental questions in philosophy, neuroscience, and even physics. Some researchers, like Rick Strassman, have proposed that endogenous psychedelics like DMT might play a role in spiritual experiences like near-death experiences or deep meditative states. While speculative, these ideas highlight how psychedelics are pushing the boundaries of our understanding of consciousness. It's worth noting that not all psychedelic experiences are overtly spiritual. Many people report insights into their personal lives, relationships, or creative pursuits. The content of the experience often reflects the individual's intentions, cultural background, and personal history. Psychedelics are not without risks. Bad trips, psychological distress, and physical safety concerns can arise if these substances are used irresponsibly. That's why setting, the mindset you bring, and the environment you're in are so crucial. Additionally, psychedelics can be overwhelming for individuals with certain mental health conditions, such as schizophrenia. They are not a cure-all and should be approached with care, ideally under the guidance of trained professionals. As psychedelics gain mainstream attention, it's essential to educate ourselves and advocate for their safe and ethical use. Whether it's through decriminalization efforts, scientific research, or community education, responsible engagement is key to unlocking their potential. Let's break down some of the specific risks and considerations. Psychological risks: anxiety and panic reactions during the experience, exacerbation of underlying mental health conditions, potential for traumatic experiences or bad trips, rare cases of persistent perceptual changes like HPPD, hallucinogen, persisting perception disorder, physical risks, increased heart rate and blood pressure, which is a concern for those with cardiovascular issues, potential for accidents due to impaired judgment and altered perception, interactions with certain medications, legal risks. Most psychedelics remain illegal in many countries, carrying potential legal consequences for possession or use. To mitigate these risks, several practices are recommended. 1. Proper screening. Individuals with a personal or family history of certain mental health conditions should exercise caution and consult with healthcare professionals. 2. Preparation. Thorough mental and emotional preparation, including setting clear intentions and understanding what to expect. 3. Controlled environment. Use in a safe, comfortable setting with trusted individuals present. 4. Integration. Proper integration of the experience through reflection, therapy, or support groups. 5. Dosage and purity. Knowing the correct dosage and ensuring the purity of substances, particularly relevant in unregulated contexts. 6. Legal considerations. Being aware of and respecting local laws and regulations. As research progresses, we're gaining a better understanding of how to maximize benefits while minimizing risks. For instance, current clinical trials use carefully controlled doses in supportive environments with trained professionals, significantly reducing the risk of adverse outcomes. The ethical use of psychedelics also raises important questions. How can we ensure equitable access to psychedelic therapy if it becomes widely available? How do we respect and acknowledge the indigenous traditions that have long used these substances? What role should psychedelics play in society beyond medical applications? These questions highlight the need for thoughtful policymaking and public discourse as we navigate the re-emergence of psychedelics in modern society. As we look to the future, the field of psychedelics is poised for significant developments. Here are some areas to watch. 1. Medical integration. As clinical trials progress, we may see psychedelic-assisted therapies become approved treatments for various mental health conditions. This could revolutionize mental health care. 2. New compounds. Researchers are exploring new psychedelic compounds and analogs that might offer therapeutic benefits with fewer side effects or shorter duration. 3. Technology integration. Virtual reality and neurofeedback are being explored as tools to enhance and guide psychedelic experiences. 4. Microdosing research. The practice of taking sub-perceptual doses of psychedelics is gaining attention, with ongoing studies investigating potential benefits for mood, creativity, and cognitive function. 5. Cultural shift. As psychedelics become more accepted, we may see changes in how society views consciousness, mental health, and spirituality. 6. Environmental applications. Some researchers propose that the perspective shifts induced by psychedelics could play a role in addressing environmental concerns and promoting sustainable behaviors. 7. Cognitive enhancement. There's growing interest in the potential of psychedelics to enhance problem-solving abilities and creativity in fields beyond therapy. As these areas develop, it will be crucial to maintain a balance between innovation and responsible use, always keeping in mind the powerful nature of these substances. Psychedelics are far more than just substances. They're doorways. Doorways to deeper understanding, healing, and connection. Whether you see them as tools for spiritual growth or groundbreaking medicine, they challenge us to expand our minds and question our assumptions about reality. But with great power comes great responsibility. Psychedelics demand respect, preparation, and intention. Used wisely, they have the potential to not just transform individuals, but to contribute to a greater collective awakening. As we stand at the threshold of a new era in psychedelic research and application, we're faced with both exciting possibilities and important challenges. The journey of understanding these profound substances is, in many ways, a journey of understanding ourselves and our place in the universe. Whether you're considering exploring psychedelics personally, are interested in their therapeutic potential, or are simply curious about this fascinating field, remember that knowledge and respect are key. Continue to educate yourself, stay open to new discoveries, and approach the subject with both enthusiasm and caution. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more modern meditations.